You hear that buzzing sound, guys? You hear it? You hear that buzzing sound? That is DKOldies. And it has definitely caused a lot of buzz in the gaming community here on YouTube. Many gamers have been sharing their thoughts and experiences with DKOldies. And it's time for 8B Daddy to weigh in. I haven't talked about this on the channel at all. And I figured, you know what? I'll give my thoughts. So, personally, I remember back in the early 2000s, like 2008, 2009, when I started collecting NES games again. I actually bought a few games from DKOldies. And I was impressed by their selection. At the time, the whole, I guess, retro gaming scene was starting to really pick up steam, and I was feeling nostalgic, and I wanted to get my collection beefed up. So it was my go-to. Now, back then, I thought their prices were a little bit steep, but, I thought, hey, it's the convenience of it. I don't have to go out and look. I don't have to get caught slipping and hunt. I can just order online and get a bundle of them and have a decent deal on shipping. So, yeah, in hindsight, yeah, maybe at the time their prices were a little steep, but now looking at their prices for retro games, I have to say they are absurdly overpriced. So if you don't know who DKOldies is, I'm sure you do. If you click this video, you've probably watched everybody's videos from RGT85 to Review Tech USA to any kind of like YouTuber out there that's been talking about it. They have been around for ages. DKOldies is like literally one of the most old school video game websites out there where you can buy video games. They even sell modern stuff, but they've been around for about 20 years. Makes them a powerhouse as far as selling retro games and systems online. And they kind of have a long-standing reputation. And, if you Google it, they're literally the first result that comes if you type in retro games for sale online. But people have also been complaining about the prices for DKOldies for quite some time. Their products, as far as the retro game consoles go and the condition that they come in and stuff. So with DKOldies, you definitely do end up paying more than you would probably like to. I mean, just looking at this page alone, you can see these are the retro deals. You have a N64 2-player pack starting at $179.99, a Wii System player pack at $109.99, a Sony Slim at $199.99, and a acceptable. See, this is the thing. You see a condition as acceptable right here. Original NES 2-player power pack. We're going to click some of these because the prices can be deceiving on here because you have to choose which kind of console you want and stuff like that, and the price varies. These guys are like the epitome of somebody that nickels and dimes you. So I guess one huge upside to it is they do have 1-year warranties, so there's that. And the website does look legit, and looking at it initially, when you take a look at it, it is welcoming. There's a lot of information. They have a lot of different deals. They have Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, Xbox. So every single console that you could think of, plus other stuff here, including, magazines, T-shirts, Pokemon, Amiibos, you name it. They got all sorts of stuff here. But like I said, their products are not always in the best condition. They claim stuff is refurbished when it's really not. If you've noticed on YouTube, there's been a trend of people actually buying consoles and they open them up and they're not clean from the inside out. They sometimes have products listed as no visible wear, no wear and tear. I think just an example actually was in the newest RGT85 video where Maddie Plays showed a GameCube that had visible defects on it. So, yeah, people have been calling DKOldies out for all their nonsense. And unfortunately, at this time, it seems like DKOldies has not answered any kind of, criticism, haven't addressed it, haven't acknowledged it. They just are doing business as usual. Now, this is an example right here. I want to show you guys an example of the overpricing that was pointing out. This was actually an example yesterday in RGT's video. This is the fan favorite GameCube Black Super Smash Kart Pack. Now, look at that price. This is $364.99. Now, I get it, okay? I get it. Smash Brothers and Mario Kart, both high in demand games. GameCube prices have gone up in general on everything, right? But you see, it's a refurbished condition, and you can see you have the option to upgrade for original controllers. So why do you say original? Because if you take a look at this, the controllers themselves are here. These are not first party controllers. They give you third party controllers with the majority of things unless you specify a controller upgrade. So this is an example of nickel and diming. So substitute to original black controller, $50 more. Indigo, 50 more. Platinum, 50 more. So if you want an original, which is first party, you have to get that. So then the price goes from $364.99 to $424.99 because you're paying $50 for each one. So it goes up $100. Then let's say you want an HDMI AV to HDMI upgrade that adds 25 to it, so 450, right? So they nickel and dime you for a lot of things in here. Like, for example, let's look at the NES and let's see what their popular thing is right here. So here's acceptable condition. This is where things get kind of iffy because there's refurbished and then this one adds acceptable. So who knows what acceptable can mean when you're dealing with this, especially when you see a lot of the videos online where people are getting very bad conditioned refurbished products. So this is worse because you have no idea what you're getting until you open your package. And sure, you have a 1-year warranty and stuff like that. But, you know, it's just, they basically have been not really caring what the customer deals with as far as, like, you know, what goes on. And just look at this. Fan favorite original NES Mario 1, 2, and 3 Zapper Pack. $259 comes with third-party controllers unless you substitute for 2 original, which adds it $100 to it. $304.99. So the issue isn't just the prices, guys. It's the fact that they are hiding that they're really not refurbishing some of the stuff. And that's been a problem that's been shown. If you look it up, DKOldies, there's lots of people that are literally buying these things, opening them, and showing you that they're not refurbished. It's essential to know the value of what you're buying, too, before you get it. And it seems to me that DKOldies, they didn't expect influencers or YouTubers or hardcore gamers to actually be buying this stuff. You know, other people have said maybe they wanted to just get the unsuspected casual person who remembers that they used to play Duck Hunt. So they Google retro games and they fucking find DKOldies as the first result. They buy it and they don't care what price they're paying because they just want to feel what they used to play back in the day with the Zapper. You know, us collectors and stuff, we tend to be cheap asses. We tend to want to get the best deal. So the prices turn us away for sure. You know, and we all know, and I talked on this on my retro problem video and all the other YouTubers that did. It's all supply and demand when it comes to the retro gaming market. You know, prices can be varied depending on what the game is or what the console is or how rare or popular a game is. It's all supply and demand. But I think DKOldies definitely takes advantage of people who don't know any better and charges them way too much. I get it. I by no means am hating on capitalism, but DKOldies is on a whole other energy, especially when they're not delivering what they're promising with refurbished consoles not being refurbished. Now, the issue with that is it's they're breaking their own 1-year warranty with that. You know what I mean? They're saying that they're refurbished, but they're not always genuinely refurbished. And they claim that the systems are fully cleaned, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Again, look up the videos. They're breaking their own 1-year warranty by not following that. And what's worse is that they're having all these videos exposing them, but they're not addressing the issue. They're not bringing it up. They're not talking about it. They're not clarifying it. They're not defending their own company. And it's disappointing to see that a company like DKOldies that's been around for 20 years not really do anything about it. So, like, again, that's why I said they're probably taking advantage of their customers. I think they should definitely know better by now. 20 years of being in service. Imagine having a company for 20 years and all of a sudden things are coming out about you and you're not speaking up about it. People are making videos, sharing their experiences. So definitely, like, somebody say something, talk about it and ensure that your company is going to meet your needs and stuff, because it's not looking good. Again, if you are taking the time to go out and buy a game from DKOldies, do it at your own risk, honestly. I wouldn't personally do it. Back in the day when I would buy games, they always came in decent condition and stuff. But now when you're starting to see everything about, the consoles just not being workable, people are getting like not what's being advertised. The controllers are getting are terrible. I've seen everything. I mean, just go to Review Tech's channel and look at it. I wouldn't buy. I would not buy. So I wanted to throw my hat in the DKOldies thing. Let me know some of your guys' thoughts down below. I'd like to see some really good comments about personal experiences from DKOldies or anything that you think in regards to them. So let me know your thoughts, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.